Alright, so what's up, everybody? Let's go over the DDD swing. If anybody in here has any questions, please let me know before we start, because there is definitely a few things I'm going to cover here. But let's clear all this. I want to start over. I want to show you all that you can easily find the same analysis. So what am I going to do? I'm going to start on my weekly time frame, and I'm going to get my range. So let's go ahead and mark that peak, and let's mark something down here, kind of like that. And all I'm doing is getting a range for where price is. So actually, let's zoom in. Let's mark that emerging resistance. So I have everything I need now between the zones. So now I can just kind of focus on pretty much just this stuff on the daily. Let's go to the daily. And I do like to sometimes mark farther out levels. So as you can see, it's a very important hill there and another very important hill there. So I'm going to have those marked. Very, very important levels. There's another one here. Another one there. And that's about most of them. There's one right here. Yeah, right here. Alright, so you have all that, and then now you're focused on all of your other information. So we pretty much have all these lines here marked. I don't need to go any on those. Let's mark that. Let's mark that. Let's just get a couple levels above so we know we have everything. Let's zoom in, getting a little closer now to price action. Let's mark that. Got everything right there. Let's mark that. Good double resistance right there on 2 candles. And I think that's everything we need. We can mark that as well. Good support, good support, good support. Broke down from it, tried to retest from it, higher low from it, lower high from it. And now we're working ourselves back up to it. So now we're back on the daily, and we're kind of just focused on this right here. So now what's next? I want to grab my trend line, because I want to I really like downtrend plays. You guys hear me talk about this every single day. But let's see what happens now. So let's get our trend line, and where am I going to grab from? I'm not going to grab from here, okay, because that's not even a good line. I'm going to grab from a more current, from the more current trend, okay? So here you have a rapid sell-off, and then you get your gap down, and then a slowdown, what looks like a bear flag, and then another drop, and then another kind of bearish continuation. So I'm going to start from here. It's more a part of the current price trend, okay? It's a little more familiar and more close to what's going on right now. It's part of this branch in which price is still connected to, okay? It's not kind of going off of from here. It's kind of going off of from here, if that makes sense. So we're going to focus on that, and we're going to get a common resistance. So I'm going to draw from my wicks, my bodies. You're going to end up hitting both almost every time you draw these. So what do you end up seeing? A good trend change play. I posted about this on the weekend on my Instagram and Discord, all that good stuff. So I showed a lot of people why I was looking out for this. Last week, we ended up getting this happen on their earnings, and then we got their gap up, and then we ended up getting a drop, and then we ended up playing it. So why did I end up calling this out? What I liked the most is that we broke out with a crap ton of volume. Let's back this out. Let's compare that volume. You know, where does all this volume come from? It's either going to come from an earnings or from a big breakout. So here we have a big breakout. Not really a whole lot here on earnings. We have a lot more here on this earnings, right? So I know there's a lot more significance here now. And what a more perfect time than on a trend change play with all of our levels marked. So now let's go off of how we're going to stay in this trade. Okay, so price drops. Call out was end of this day. So end up calling that out. Price ended up breaking out. We're green. Next day, I'm not expecting it to, now if it would have just gone straight up, yeah, I would have been happy as hell. But it didn't, okay? Some days you're going to get this slowdown where you get a big wick on either side, and it's going to make you emotional. And that is because that is what the market maker is trying to do. They're trying to make you emotional, because this looks bearish again by doing that, when in reality it's not. It's them slowing back down. So what is something I can grab here that will help me grab another line to keep me in this trade? The 50% fib of that bigger breakout. So let me mark that. So look at the level it closed above when we entered this trade. It closed above that control point. So what a better spot than to enter above 22s, using 22 flat as a stop loss. That's also how we got the stop loss. So here we are, and all you're doing is going through this method, finding a bunch of levels that are very effective, and then utilizing them in a trade plan. So now I know that this isn't just a good entry level, okay? This is a level that's going to keep me in the trade. This is a level I can utilize as a stop loss, which is why you saw me lower at 15 cents just to go to that psychological 22. But look where price ended up closing up perfectly. Look where price ended up dropping the next day but holding. And look what price did the next day. Today, this is today, moving up. So instead of turning this into a overnight swing, we're now able to turn this into a 3-4 day swing. Okay. So let's zoom in on smaller time frames. Let's kind of look at this just for a second. Price ended up moving up. We got our range trade. We got our breakout. We took partial profits here at this 2330s. We took a little more here. We still have about 60% of the position going into tomorrow. What is keeping me in this trade? What did I just say is my stop loss? That 22. So what is the point of exiting this if it doesn't cross below it? There is no point, so don't exit. Okay, stick to your trade plan. You already partially paid for it by selling a contract or two there, and you still have a few more, right? So let's go look at it. Price the next day. Apply your BB system, okay? Mark your pre-market high. Mark your pre-market low. Okay, now look at this. Applying the BB system, marking my pre-markets, my previous day high, and my previous day low is already marked with my 2215, so I don't need to mark that again. Now we can kind of just focus on today. Price ended up dropping it open, emotionally traded here, caught 2260s, push even higher. So as you can see, we keep doing this. Let me delete that. We keep moving higher, then we move to that 50% level. We move higher, then we move to that 50% breakout level. Move higher, then we move to that 50% breakout level. This is the staircase method you see me talk about all the time. And as you can see, DDD is now well in the money. Let's go see how much this is worth now. DDD is now worth 340. What we paid for this contract was 158. Which actually, let's go check out NNDM. It's probably moving as well. Yep. See, it's trying to do that staircase. It's trying to do that 80% entry. That's what an 80% entry is. It's just the retake of that control. You're just seeing a more confirmed control is really all you're seeing. So let's go back to DDD. But is there any questions so far on why or on any of the levels? That's why I started over. It isn't just about where's my stop loss, where's my entry, what keeps me in the trade. This answers all of that. Pattern trading and applying the TA routine and BB system, you should be able to answer just about everything while you're trading this. And what's the coolest part is you're not just swing trading. At any point in this, could you have day traded this? You could have day traded these levels the day before. Today, I think we can all agree you could have easily have day traded these levels. Do you know what Jason did before we traded this? He shorted the crap out of it in the day trading channel. He shorted it. Okay, so all the way through, this gave us many trading opportunities. Why? The trend change play. This trend change play will give you multiple opportunities. I was just covering this the other day, and we'll do more videos on this and more breakdowns, but this ended up giving you multiple trading opportunities. Do you know another ticker that ended up doing the same exact thing? UNH. When UNH was in this downtrend play, look where it started from. It's in the same scenario as DDD, and look where UNH is up now. It's up at new highs and all of it new levels. So what are we getting here? The same exact thing. So very good job if you took part in this play. Good job if you held with me. If you didn't, that's also a good job. You still took a good play, took profits. Who cares if you didn't hold long enough? The important part is getting in and holding to the first few targets. Okay, do that for a few months, even for a year or more, and you'll start being able to build your confidence and your trading confidence while you're trading. So through experience, you will be helping yourself. You'll be teaching yourself very important things. So definitely don't give up on this. Keep joining the streams daily. Keep going through all this with us. I love breaking this stuff down, so just definitely hit me up while we're going through it. But yeah, I hope that was helpful.